Hello, everybody. Coach Tendai here. Today, I'm going to talk about chess notation. Chess notation is the language of chess. It enables you to record your games when you play, and it enables you to be able to replay the games once you have recorded them, and to also read about other games. I'm going to talk about a few things. Let's start with the chess pieces. I'm going to start with the queen. The queen has the symbol Q. Q for the queen. Let's go to the king. The king has the letter K. Okay. Let's go to the rook. The rook has the letter R. Notice I say rook, not castle. Then we have the bishop. The bishop is B. All these are capital letters, by the way. And then we have N for the knight. As you know, the word knight starts with a K, but then we can't have another K because that's already being used for the king. And then now we've got no letter for the pawn. The pawn, we just use the address of the square that it is moving to. Now, what address is this that I'm talking about? Okay. I will touch on that in a minute. I'm going to recap the lesson about the letters that are used to represent the pieces in chess. We started with Q for the queen. Okay? Do you remember what we said for the king? K for the king. Capital K for the king, capital Q for the queen. What about this piece? What is this piece called? This is the rook. The rook has the letter R. And then we've got B, capital B for bishop. What about this piece? The knight. The knight is represented by capital letter N. And this one, the pawn. The pawn does not have a letter to represent it. Its movement is shown by the square on which the pawn moves to. I will connect a few things shortly. For now, let's move to the squares. Let's clear the board. As you can see, when you look at the chessboard, there are letters going from A to H. We've got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay? And then we've got the numbers going from 1 to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Where am I going with this? I will tell you in a minute. Every square on the chessboard has got an address. Every square on the chessboard has got an address. How do you find that address? You combine the letter with the number. You combine the letter with the number of that square. Let me show a different picture. If you look at this picture it is showing you the letters we've just been talking about from A to H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Those letters represent the vertical rows. Those vertical rows in chess are called files. Okay, let's go to the numbers. The numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The horizontal rows of squares in chess are called ranks. Now let's come back to that idea of the address. We said that every square in chess has got an address. You find the address by combining, or you get the address by combining the letter with the number. If we look at the square G5, for instance, it's just a combination of the letter G. So with the letter G, you go up the board, and then you come to the number 5. Then you move to the left. Where they meet, that is the square G5. Okay, it's as simple as that. The address or coordinate of a square in chess on the chessboard is a combination of the letter and the number. Okay, now let's go back to the other screen. Oops. Let's go back to this board. It's a clear board. There are no squares. So now, for instance, if we wanted to go to the square C4, how do we find C4? We look at the file with the letter C. We've got the file, and then we look for 4. Okay, I'm going to just show you the square. I'm going to use a pawn to just mark that square. That is the file with the letter C and the rank with the number 4. So if I put a pawn there and I put a pawn there and I draw imaginary lines, they are going to meet. They are going to meet on that square. So that is the square C4. Okay. What about E3? E3, let's look at the E file. The E file would be there. And then let's look for 3. The third rank would be that one. And where they meet there. So that is E3. What is the significance of chess notation? Like I said earlier, chess notation is the language that enables you to record your games in chess. You can record your game as you're playing it, and then later on, you can replay the game. So the same way we can write notes to music and the words, we can do the same with chess. As a result of this, we are able to replay games that were first played hundreds of years ago. That is one of the beauties of chess, that we can go back in time and replay the games of the masters or any other players as long as the games were recorded. Now, if you understand chess notation, it's going to help you a lot, because you will be able to read chess books. You'll be able to understand the game better. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to load the position. I am going to put the starting position. That is the starting position in chess. Now, with this starting position, if we say the first move from white was E4, we look for the square E4 where we've got the E file. You can see that file with the king, that's the E file. And then the 4 there, we put the imaginary lines and then they meet here. So we're saying that E4 Remember, we said the pawn does not have a letter to represent it. So that's the move e4. So chess notation enables chess players to record their moves. So let's say the game starts with e4. So it will be e4 1, or sorry, 1 e4, and then for black it would be e5. That's e5 for black. And let's say the next move from white is n f3. N tells us that the knight is moving to the square f3. We look for the square where the letter F and the number 3 meet. So this knight is going to move from that square to that square. That's knight F3. So N F3. So we are using chess notation now to replay a game or to replay moves. Let's say black plays NC6. So we must look for the square where the letter C and the number 6 meet. And it's this one. So I'm going to use a black knight, sorry. There we go. There we go. So far, we will not go into the details. We're not going to go deep into the game. I just wanted to introduce you to this idea, the concept of chess notation in chess. It might sound complicated, but I can tell you it's not complicated at all. But when you start to read more chess material, when you start to spend more time playing the game of chess, you realize how simple chess notation is. It is possible to enjoy chess without understanding chess notation. The same way it's possible to enjoy music without understanding anything about notes in music or even the words. Because sometimes you just know when you come across a good song is a good song, regardless of whether you know the words or the notes. Now, you can also enjoy chess without understanding chess notation, but chess notation is going to add another level for you. It will enable you to understand the game even better. I think for today, we'll stop here with chess notation. You will understand in future how chess notation fits into everything the more you play chess.